In this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate the weighted average in Google Sheets. So I'm going to show you two different ways to do this. One is using Google Sheets built-in average weighted function. The other is using the SUMPRODUCT function to calculate your weighted average. So if you're not familiar with weighted average, what the weighted average is, it's also called weighted mean, but it's an average where some values contribute more than others. So a common example that's used is for calculating GPA or grades. So some schools, advanced courses carry more weight towards the GPA than lower level courses. So this is an example that some schools potentially use. You can see all the advanced courses here, they carry more weight. So we're going to use the weighted average or the average weighted function to calculate weighted average with this example data. So the syntax of the average weighted function is values and then weights, and then there's these optional parameters of additional values and additional weights. So values are the values that you want to be averaged. So it can be a range of cells or the values entered into the function itself. And then the weights is the list of weights you want to apply to the values. So weights, they can't be negative. They can be 0, but at least one has to be positive. And the weights have to equal the values, like the range that you enter. So to do this, what I'm going to do is I'll just do the function up here. So average weighted, and then first I want to put in my values. So I'm averaging the grades, and then the weights is just going to be this range of cells. So you can see the range is equal, and then it calculates the weighted average for this data. So you can see that was actually very simple. In this example, there's only those two arguments. These other ones are optional. I don't have them here, but you can see with just my values and my weights here, those two arguments, it was actually a very simple function to use. The next way is using SUMPRODUCT. So SUMPRODUCT accepts two arguments, array 1 and array 2. So array 1 is the first range or array to be multiplied with the corresponding data in the second range or array. Array 2 is the second range or array to be multiplied with the corresponding data in the first range or array. So what SUMPRODUCT does is it takes the sum of my products. So what that would look like, let me just do SUMPRODUCT here by itself. We'll just do SUMPRODUCT. So this isn't my average weighted grade here. This is just SUMPRODUCT by itself. So what this does is it sums, or it takes the product of all of these and sums this together. So what this would do in reality is it's going to take B2 times C2. Maybe I'll actually do it just so you can see. And then it's going to add on B3. Let me just copy and paste these. So it's going to add on B3 times C3. And then we'll take B6 times C6. So you can see they equal each other, because that's what SUMPRODUCT does, is it takes the products of the corresponding cell in array 1 and array 2, or range 1 and range 2, and then adds them together. So sum product, kind of like the function's name is, it takes the sum of the products. So you can begin to see how this could be used to calculate the weighted average. The formula we would use to calculate the weighted average is we would just have to add on to divide by the sum of the weights. So it's sum product, and then you need to divide by the sum of the weights. So I'll put that range in there, and then that is going to be my average weighted grade with this example data. So sum product, my grades, my weights, divided by the sum of my weights. So this entire thing is basically what the average weighted function does. So you can see how that would be a much quicker way to do it, but it's still kind of useful to learn sum product, and you can understand just how both functions work. It'll be useful as you continue to use spreadsheets. Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions or content suggestions, just let me know in the comments, and I'll try my best to answer everyone.